Welcome, 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 gorgeous soul, to Live Your Best Laugh with me, your host, Kat Googe, also known as the Joy Queen. We will be having rich and honest conversations about what feeling joyful really means, how to notice more pockets of joy every day, even on the tough ones, and whether laughter really is the medicine we're missing in our lives. I am super passionate about joy, and I love to teach how to intentionally bring it into everyday life instead of waiting for it to happen. I'm a passionate laughter yogi and Reiki healer who is on a mission of global joy, and my heartfelt desire, darling one, is that as we hang out together, you get to reignite your inner joy so you can make the most of your dance on this planet. So, without any further ado, let's dive in. Hey gorgeous souls, it gives me great pleasure to be bringing you episode 5 of season 2 of Live Your Best Laugh, the Festival Diaries, where we are exploring loads of wonderful festivals throughout the summer season of 2025. And this episode, oh my gosh, it is one I have been so excited about because it's all about the mother of all festivals. It's all about Glastonbury. Yay! And there is so much weaved into this about why it's such an important, such a juicy one, such a really, aligned, manifested, abundantly rich episode to be recording, because this is something that I wrote down in my journal in 2020, which at time of recording, it was about 5 years ago. And I had just discovered laughter yoga. I was working as a primary school teacher still. I hadn't really started my business. I certainly hadn't left teaching. That was another 18 months away before I decided to just go all in with the business. And I was writing intentions about what this business that I'd love to create would achieve, like the goals that I could set myself and how it would potentially look and feel. And one of the things I wrote down in 2025 was, no, sorry, in 2020, getting ahead, in 2020 was that I was going to be hosting laughter yoga at Glastonbury within 5 years. And if you've listened to some of my episodes before, and if you've followed me on socials, you'll know that I got to Glastonbury a year earlier. I got there in 2024, sharing laughter yoga, but I was part of a team. And whilst it was simply amazing, and it really was, a goal that I'd worked towards and was absolutely overjoyed to be invited to share there, doing something that I really love. I knew it wasn't the thing that I'd written down. And this is why hosting in the healing field this year has just been a pure piece of manifestation magic. And if you want like the full lowdown on it, head back to season 1 and the episode which is called Laughter Yoga Changed My Life, and it will take you through the whole journey from staff room to stages. And like it's definitely a pinch me moment being invited to host in this most like epic of all festivals, this most like sacred of spaces, specifically being in the healing field. So it just kind of blew my mind when I had an email from the healing field in March 2025 saying, would you like to come and host laughter yoga here this year? And I was like, whoa, hell to the yes. And interestingly, I'd already had it marked out on my calendar And in my diary, I was like, I'm setting the intention that I get to go there in some capacity, hosting laughter yoga. So I really believed it was possible. When I was there last year, I decided to be really open to the healing field coming to me, and I was open to it coming whenever it was ready. And it seems that, it was ready now. So this episode feels like another beautiful landmark in how I have, like, quite literally changed my life with laughter yoga, doing things that, really I don't even know I was dreaming of, you know? Like, certainly I started dreaming of these things, but, before I'd like started to delve into self-development and get really kind of deep with it with laughter yoga, it just wouldn't even have been a dream. I just wouldn't have even entertained something like this being possible. And this is the thing of, doing the work. It's not just writing things down. We don't manifest things by magic. We manifest things by putting ourselves forward, like getting into the arena and like backing ourselves. So I'd applied to Glasto in 2022 to the healing field, didn't get in. And they had just kept my details. So, you plant seeds, and like patience is so important in all of this, right? Because the seeds were planted 3 years ago and then they bloomed this year. And yeah, like it makes it all the more delicious. It makes it all the more sweeter to taste because like when it happens, like it just feels like a beautiful slice of magic and serendipity in action. So this whole time at Glasto, like the whole experience from the email coming the day before the 30th anniversary of laughter yoga, and then getting the kind of all the yes, it's all happening on the 30th anniversary of laughter yoga. It makes it all the more special and makes it all the more meant to be, and it makes the whole journey from when that happened to getting to Glastonbury, to being there, to facilitating, to being in the space, to receiving all the other stuff. It was just sublime, like simply sublime. And my experience there in the healing field, oh, you know, was nothing short of, yeah, joy, just pure joy. I had the wonderful opportunity of speaking to a few different gorgeous souls that came to my session to experience laughter yoga. Some people were there as consumers of the festival, some people were there as facilitators, and it was just amazing to speak to them about what the session felt like, how it felt having a laughter yoga session within such a huge festival as that, where there is so much going on, and how their experience of Glastonbury has been. So, yeah, this episode is like I'm literally just beaming as I record it. I can't wait for you to dive in. I will be sharing more about my experience at the end. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts and reflections as you have a listen. And yeah, like what is it calling you? Is it calling you to play in Glastonbury? Is it calling you to play with laughter yoga? Like listen to the messages. There's already always so many messages in things we like consume around us. Like see what you're being invited to do, you know? Is it welcoming in some fun? Is it welcoming in some play? I'd Love to know. But without further ado, let's dive in. Let's hear the juice from the fields of Glastonbury, the mother, literally the mother of all festivals. So here I am at the incredible Glastonbury in the Healing Fields, in the fire circle, just hosted laughter yoga in the big red dome. And I've got the gorgeous Charlotte here, who has just been part of it. And I'd love to know, Charlotte, 'cause you had a really amazing reaction to it, didn't you?
Yeah,
I'd
I
love
loved
to
it.
know what drew you in to the workshop.
Well, I just heard lots of fun going on. It's my first ever Glastonbury. I was just wandering around, kind of found myself here by accident, got offered a volunteer spot, and just wanting to get involved, not just look at from the outside. And I could hear a lot of fun happening in this tent, and I couldn't see the door. And I was like, oh, maybe it's closed off, maybe that you can't join halfway through. And then I came around and was welcomed in partway through, and I've just embraced it, and I've never had so much fun. It was the best thing ever, and just feeling just full of joy, I suppose. And everyone's just free and having a great time. And yeah, it was a real sort of the high that you might get at the end of a night when the big band comes on. Only I literally just walked in,
Amazing.
and it was just there and happening. So yeah, I'm buzzing. It was great.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What kind of surprised you about it?
I think laughter's just infectious. And so I don't know what it was like at the beginning, but everybody was already the energy was just high, already, everyone was just having a good time and free, and it wasn't awkward. And I don't know if it takes a while I feel like if I decided I was going to it, it might have taken me a while to warm up. But I was like, this looks fun. I'm getting involved.
Right, you were just all in straight away.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And so it didn't feel strange to kind of join in midway, and you managed to kind of fall into the laughter energy quite easily, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd was come here with an open mind, looking around for things to try.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very easy. Yeah,
I was going to say that, right? When we're open to possibility, when we're open to being surprised by things we haven't done before, it's amazing what we then receive, right? So you arrived at Glastonbury with this intention, and so that it's probably no surprise that you wandered by and just went, oh, I'm in.
Yeah,
and you were all in, weren't you?
Yeah, and that kind of feeling you get when you've had a really good joke and you've got hysterics with a friend, which is also something I feel like you used to get a lot more often as a child, and less often now. Are you actually in crying and hysterics? And to be able to just come in and get that with a group of people I'd never met before, was an incredible experience.
It's that real invitation to play, just to play and to let that little person out, because they're in there, right? But they kind of get caught up behind all the serious stuff, don't they? So it's just a really great way for us to feel in that energy again. I noticed you said it's your first time at Glasto. What are your thoughts so far? How are you finding it?
Oh my goodness, I love it already. I was a little bit nervous about coming because I was volunteering and I hadn't met the other people yet, and I was like, I'll probably love it, but I'm not sure. No, I love it. I want to be here all the time.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And to wrap up from the laughter workshop, is there a part of it that particularly you felt that real kind of in your body? Is there a part that you were just that really spoke to you, or was it the whole thing?
I think just having permission to reconnect with that joy that you have. There's so much serious stuff in life, and just having permission to just let loose and enjoy it, and no one's judging you, no one's being like, oh, what's she doing? Everyone's just doing their own thing and having it, and it's that joy. I'm just full up with joy.
Oh, Charlotte, that's the perfect way to end, right? That's amazing. I am so grateful to you for taking the time to come and chat. And I can see your face. If you could see her, listeners, if you could see her face is really beaming. You've got that gorgeous joyful glow. So just take that energy out into the festival and people will feel it. You know? So,
I'm gonna have face muscle ache tomorrow from smiling so much.
I love it. Thank you so much for sparing your time, my lovely.
Thank you
Super appreciate it. And now we have the gorgeous Annie in the healing field at Glastonbury, who is also a gorgeous laughter yogi. There's a lot of us about now. We're increasing. Annie is here doing laughter yoga with Joe in Theatre and Circus, where I was doing it last year. And she's just come along to my session in the healing field. So Annie, I would love to know, how are you feeling after that session?
I'm I'm feeling extra special because as laughter yogis, we tend to lead sessions. We throw ourselves into it, but we don't really. I've realised now, I think, coming to this.
Yeah.
And to do that laughter meditation at the end, I never join in. I just normally video people. And wow, I had some stuff to release today, I realised.
Amazing. Yeah. You know, when you're busy like holding others, it's really important to remember to hold yourself.
It is.
Yeah. And allow other people to do that, you
Yeah.
know. And I think when we're like in wellness, when we're in like, you know, like helping people release and shift and feel more like themselves, you can just get so consumed by that.
Yeah.
So taking the time and space to like allow yourself to, you know, set free whatever needs to be set free, it's just so helpful, isn't it? So
Really good.
yeah, I love that. I love that. Is it your first time at Glasto?
It is. I'm such a greenie. In my 60th year, I decided I need to do it.
I love that, right? Because it's never too late.
Never too
is it?
late.
Never too late. What your thoughts so far? What your reflections?
Yeah, I'm glad I've come to this field first. I think you're right. It's just somewhere. It is going to be a time where I spend a lot of healing time. I hear this weekend. I think. I'm a bit scared of camping by myself, I have to say.
Yeah.
But obviously, I just needed to release that because I've been having nightmares about it. So it's all released into the sky, and no, it's going to be very cool.
Yeah, you know, and I'm really glad you mentioned that actually, because I think this is the thing. We can come to these places which are all about fun and, you know, all the things, but actually there's some elements of it which can feel scary or can feel challenging. So actually then kind of like recognizing that, right, how can I shift that through? You know, like coming on your own to a festival that's huge is very different to coming to a festival on your own that's tiny, you know. But actually, like, this is where the healing field I think is really helpful, because it's a very welcoming community and there's lots of different things you can do. So yeah, if you need that kind of reset, it's like come here
and you
like,
can be really selfish when you're on your own. Actually, I can
yeah,
go wherever I
do
want
exactly
for
what you want to do
days.
without having to ask
And I
anyone's
have come
permission.
a long way, you know. Kate.
Yeah.
I have come from Australia.
Yeah.
So it's I've wanted to do this a very long time.
Yeah,
So
and now you get to do it
now
in
I
your
get to do
60th
it.
year.
Yeah.
That deserves a very good.
It does.
Amazing. From a personal perspective, I love it when other laughter yogis come to my sessions. Do you? Because you know, it's great to hold them, and also just to have other people kind of like bringing that energy of already like open and ready, right? Because
absolutely.
there's no converting needed.
No.
So like you came, Pete came, who's working with Joe this weekend as well. And his daughter, and like already like, you know, well versed in laughter yoga. So, you know, super grateful for that. But yeah, thank you, my lovely. Thank you for taking the time to chat to me, and enjoy your first Glasto.
I will.
Yay! So we are still at Glasto, and we've just had another juicy, joy-filled laughter yoga session, and I have got the gorgeous Tom and Lara here to come and talk about their experience. Bless you. I would love to know, how did you find it?
It's still a bit full of laughter.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, I've been to Glastonbury a few times, and I've always been to the healing fields and the craft fields, but never actually stuck around and done something. I've always like stood from the outside,
right,
and wanted to do something, but you know, headed off in another direction to listen to some music. But we were walking through yesterday. We saw the sign for laughing yoga, and I'd seen laughter yoga on TV in the past, and I thought that looks brilliant. That looks right up my street. So I think we both just latched onto it straight away, didn't we?
Definitely. It's my first time at Glastonbury.
Yay!
And so the main thing I was scared about was overwhelm, because I'm very diverse. So I was like, how am I going to feel? And this just felt like the perfect activity to come do. And so sneaking in at the beginning, and I just feel like energy release actually. Yeah. And I was actually really surprised by how much all of us were in fits of giggles, laughing. I was laughing even more when you were having a fit behind me, snorting. You lost it.
Happy to lose.
And Tom's quite like a stoic person, so seeing you lose it makes me lose it even more. So that was really joyful to see you. And then getting the hugs from strangers. Yeah. That was a lot.
And lots of eye contact. Because Kat's session, you know, you have lots of roaming around and just looking in people's eyes. That's not something you do very often.
No.
we spend a
It's
lot of our time
powerful.
looking down, right, instead of really
Yeah.
looking up and
100%.
like really seeing people.
Yeah.
So like I shared throughout it, it's so much more than just laughter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I love what you shared, Laura, about like the overwhelm thing of
Yeah.
festivals. You know, if we haven't been there before, or even if we have, and we know that it might dysregulate us, and that's exactly what it does. It gives you that reset, you know.
Yeah.
So that's such a brilliant
Definitely.
thing that you share, because other people will be thinking that about festivals. So like, can I go? Is it okay? It's like, yeah, there are always spaces, you know, and like that's the intention of having these
Yeah.
spaces. So I'd love to know, would you do laughter yoga again?
100%.
Absolutely,
100%.
yeah.
I genuinely feel connected to those people. I'll be looking out for them at the festival, and we'll be saying,
Yes.
"Yay!" Oh.
Well, like it's funny you say that, right? I've been at festivals and then we've been in the peak hall or something, and then someone's doing very good, yay! And I'm like, yay! You know, and then the laughter lady, like, and then I've seen this person here, and you like because you build that connection.
Yes.
You know, we're together for a
100%.
short period of time, but it's powerful,
Yeah.
right? It's
The
powerful.
word that I used when I was talking to someone in there was disarming. You know, you lose your pretensions, your preconceptions about people, and
100%.
any sort of kind of armor that you put on when you like go into the world to interact with people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
I want to carry that on through the next few days.
Yeah.
Just be yourself as well.
Yeah. So, right, on that note, have you got a favourite that we did that you know that would get you in that energy out of the things we did?
Ooh.
I really liked when we were roaming around and
Yeah.
looking at people and then just laughing like we were
Yeah.
on a seesaw.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You and Tom can start your day with a laughter seesaw, right? And what you'll do, right? Here's a little invitation. Can you get other people near you to join your laughter seesaw?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I reckon you
Yeah.
could.
The people on our campsite as well. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely going to direct them towards the
do.
laughter yoga. Yeah,
Definitely.
It seems like the perfect way to start a day, doesn't it?
But right, so here's a wider invitation, because I think you guys are up for it. Can you get your whole camping field on a laughter seesaw, right? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's
Who
a lot of
knows?
people.
Yeah. Oh, so you were saying it's first time at Glasto.
Yeah.
So what are you most looking forward to?
Oh my god, what am I most looking forward to? Just being in the field, listening to music, going crazy,
Yeah.
staying out late,
Yeah.
and feeling free.
Yeah. Freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. Love
Dancing.
it. Yeah. Yeah. And what about you, Tom? You said you've been before, haven't you?
Yeah,
What are you most looking forward to?
I mean, I'm a big music head. I
Right.
love my music, so that is always the main attraction.
Yeah.
But yeah, having done this experience, it's really opened my eyes.
Oh.
But yeah, there's lots of acts across the weekend that I really desperately want to see, and yeah, it is that freedom.
Yeah.
I've been going to festivals for years and years. Yeah, and you just come away feeling so positive about life.
Yeah.
You meet so many people and
Yeah.
have amazing conversations with them as well. So
Yeah.
all of that as a bundle is fantastic.
Amazing. I love that you've taken like that kind of learnings from this, that like actually there's other things that you can receive here, because like another time you'd be like, oh, what else can I explore?
Yeah.
What else can I find? So
100%.
yeah, amazing. I am so grateful for your time, both of you. You're amazing.
You
Have a
too.
beautiful
Thank you
festival,
so
and yeah,
much.
and share the laughter seesaw.
Yeah.
Here, can we get it on the news, right? Will I come back home and I'll go, oh my god, Tom and Laura started a seesaw revolution in their camping field. Like, you never know, stranger things have happened, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do it.
Keep me posted, right? Amazing. Thank you so much, my loves.
Thank
you so much.
Cheers.
So we have the lovely Mark here. Oh, he's got a gorgeous smile on his face. Who is here at Glasto in the healing field? You're a veteran, aren't you? You've been here a lot, yeah?
Since the 90s.
Oh, proper
While-
veteran. I'm a newbie, just still learning. So what is it that you're doing here, my lovely?
I'm teaching Kundalini dance, which is an ecstatic form of dance through the chakra system. If you don't know the chakras, they're like energy centers known in yogic philosophy. And when you dance your way through these different energy centers, it just frees up your energy and how you feel, and you have releases on not only on a physical level but an emotional level, and mentally and spiritually just leaves you feeling really good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sounds gorgeous. And I've not heard of it before, Kundalini dance. Is this your own kind of creation?
No, it's belongs to someone called Leola and Tara. I went to Australia in 2005, so that's 20 years ago. It's the
Right.
anniversary of going to Australia and doing the training with Leola. and I've been teaching it in the UK ever since 2006.
Wowzers, amazing. What is it you love about Glasto?
Glastonbury, well, it's the biggest and brightest and best festival in the country, maybe the world. I mean, I think it's the longest running festival, really, isn't it, in the world? Because Woodstock didn't really have legs.
Yeah.
Whereas Glastonbury has just kept on growing, and it's still got that ethos that all festivals should have, which is, you know, connecting to the land, and it's still a hippie festival, even though, you know, it all sorts of people are coming here for all sorts of different reasons. It caters for literally everyone, but it's that's what I like about it. It's still got that 1960s, early 70s kind of hippie vibe of like love and everything, you know,
all
free
the
love.
Things, definitely. Well, and I think like we are in the healing field saying, aren't we? So I mean, we're literally in the heart, isn't it? So I do think we are ultra blessed.
We are. We're blessed.
Where we are.
We're blessed to feel what it's really about in its essence. You know, because you could come here and maybe not have that experience, but maybe if you kept coming, eventually you would find the heart.
Yay to the heart. Oh, thank you so much, my darling, for sharing your time. I'm going to come to your session later.
Yay. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. So I have just finished another laughter yoga workshop with big energy in the healing fields of Glasto once again. And I have got the gorgeous Kaz here to share with me about her experience. Thank you so much, my lovely. I would love to know, what drew you towards laughter yoga today?
Well, laughter yoga, I saw it yesterday and I was looking at what was going on in the big red dome and I just thought, well, that looks pretty damn joyful. And so I made a mental note to come back and just laugh. This is, I'm doing Glastonbury sober so far. And so to come up to the healing field and leave your workshop feeling high with pure magic endorphins and serotonin and everything without a single drop of alcohol or drug going past me is amazing. So thank you.
Oh, I love that. You're so welcome, and I love that you shared that, because I think so often people can just fall into that like festivals, it's all about like everyone being a bit wasted, and I think probably particularly Glasto has a bit of a rap like that. And it's so much more, isn't it? It's so much more, and there's, you know, and particularly the healing field, there's like a wealth of stuff. So I'd love to know, like, doing the laughter yoga practice, like what was it that like really kind of spoke to you?
It was the way that you got us all quite well. We started off laughing, and at first you feel a bit weird because you're laughing and there's nothing making you laugh, but you're kind of, then you can't stop. And then the next thing you know, you're being playful with complete strangers and you're making eye contact with complete strangers and you're encouraging people to explore that silliness, but you also guide us really well as well. And it was just lovely, and there was some incredibly funny, warm characters in there. The children coming in was a joy. There was a little baby girl there for a little while, which was just lovely, and it was just a beautiful energy.
And how did it feel, that, because I do really invite that kind of like that eye connection, like really kind of you probably noticed me like I'm really eyeballing people, right? How did it feel, because we did a lot of kind of moving around, and that's where that invitation like really kind of activates. How did it feel sharing that laughter, sharing that energy, and like really like seeing people?
At first it feels a little awkward, but that very quickly goes, because you realise everybody's feeling a little bit awkward. And I wasn't there doing it with a friend either, and I kept thinking, oh, I wish my friend had come with me, then I'll have a mucker. But you just jump in at the deep end, and you just have to just do it, and it becomes easier and easier. And by the end of it, you feel really connected with everybody in there, and just making eye contact, looking up. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's really powerful, isn't it? And I think like it's the kind of practice that where people they come in a group, or they might come on their own, but you don't feel alone when you get, like, you know, as you travel through at the end. Like, I talk a lot about us being one collective, don't I? And at the end, like, did you feel that we were all this collective energy?
I did, I really did. It was like at the end of it, there's just the little sharing of, oh wow, that was amazing with everybody. And then there was a little family there that were all family of friends, I think, that were all together. And this guy was just told us about the seagull laughing, so he like upgraded the laughter. And you're just like, it's just made everybody feel a connection in that. And there's 250,000 people in this festival at least. I wouldn't be surprised if I bump into them again, because it's just how it is. And they were just lovely. Everybody was great. Everybody left any inhibitions, and some people just were uncontrollably laughing from the very beginning. And you just managed it really well, because you let everything happen, so nobody feels like they're being naughty or doing it wrong. That's the other thing. Maybe it's a British thing, but people are just a little bit like, oh, is this okay? Am I doing this wrong? Is this, and you just, that all goes out the window and you become a child again.
Yeah, amazing. I think I talked about it in the workshop as well, didn't I? We're conditioned, right? We are conditioned to laugh specifically, whereas this is all about using it as a resource. And then when you use it as a resource, it's just such a different way of looking at it, isn't it? I'd love to know, this isn't your first time at Glasto. No, you've been chatting about it to me before. Like, what is it that you love about this festival?
I work now at Glastonbury, and every year we've just created this lovely team, little crew. We don't all work in the same on the same bits, but we all come together and we just all look after each other. It's like a family, so that's within that space. But then it's just you can stumble across anything. And what I really love is seeing people who maybe have to work so hard the rest of their lives and they don't get a chance to be silly and to put on silly clothes. And there's also like the whole side of it, there's the pop concert, that's great as well, but it's just people wandering around, being outside, meeting complete strangers, making connections, wearing silly clothes. It's important. It's really, really powerful. And everybody just goes home like happy and tired and sunburnt and ready for a shower. But, all of those.
We've had our laughter shower.
Yeah, we've had our laughter shower. Yeah. And just like, going back to your workshop, it's just that focus on deep breath and let it out and make a noise and, be you. Stop. You don't need to follow the conventions, and everybody's doing it in their own little way. There's no rule book, and people get here, and I hope that inevitably they relax into it, or wherever they end up.
Yeah, it's that slice of freedom, isn't it? Like, just be yourself, choose yourself, love yourself, enjoy yourself, feel the pleasure, right? I love what you shared about now that you work in, you've created this little family, because as we were chatting before, this is my first time now being in the healing field, and my goodness me, I really have felt part of a family, and that makes such a difference to your experience, like working here, doesn't it? So like, I'm already going, I can't believe it's a fallow year next year, like roll on 2027, because like, I just, like, it feels like being home. Do you know what I mean? And I hadn't been to Glasto for 24 years. Until last year, and it's not somewhere. This is like my fourth time ever being here in my whole 53 years of life. But I feel really at home. Like, in fact, it's made me want to cry quite a few times, feeling like it, because I'm just like, I'm in the heart of the festival, in the healing field. I am home, and it just feels amazing.
I think there's something about the land has had this festival for over 50 years now, and I think that the land, whether or not it's sacred, I don't know, but what is sacred, I think the land is imbued with joy and fun and laughter and hedonism and all kinds of things, so that kind of, it creates a vibe. And we've got people in our crew who've been coming to Glastonbury with their families since they were a baby. And so they really, really feel like home here. They're just like, oh, I see my family, and just being open is wonderful. Long may it live.
Well, I'm just like, I'm healing fields forever now.
Me too. I'm just here every day now.
Beautiful. Kaz, it's been amazing to speak to you. Thank you so much, my darling. You've been an absolute joy. I'm wishing you like a delightful rest of ha ha ha. Very good, very good. Yay! Perfect endpoint. Thank you, my love. So here I am, still in the fields of Glasto, and I've got the gorgeous. We're laughing already, aren't we? Yeah. I've got the gorgeous Vicky from Playface, who has also been hosting in the Big Red Dome, in the Healing Field, in the Fire Circle. Yeah, I would love to know, what have you been loving about Glastonbury for these last few days? What's been a big highlight?
Oh, a big highlight. So it's just all the people. So there's so many different types of people that you get through the workshops, and their energy levels change throughout the weekend. So on a Sunday, I'm expecting lots of very tired, lying down games. But it means that, when we're kind of seeing people come through, you're just meeting loads of new people, and it's just so nice.
Yeah, and I think such an important thing to offer in a festival where there's a lot going on. I know we've talked about this over these last few days, that having sessions like yourself and my session, it's like a really good reset, isn't it? So what can people expect from a Playface workshop? And she's giggling away. She loves it.
Well, I think the best thing someone said was, I have infectious energy, so they can expect energy.
Yeah.
So within it, we use a bunch of improvisational kind of comedy games, clown games, and childhood games. Very silly. It's usually high energy if we're doing it after work, kind of not in a festival. Festival, we kind of judge the energy levels. Yeah. We've got some more chill, kind of mindful games as well. So we might kind of create our own sound bath. We might tell stories. We might use movement and our bodies. We kind of do things in big groups or in little pairs and smaller groups as well. So it's a big mix. So it's kind of got something for everyone, depending on what type of thing you like and how you like to learn.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So, and there's a real synergy with laughter, isn't there? Because it's about welcoming in play and fun, and finding really simple ways, right, to bring more joy. It's like a perfect addition, much like laughter yoga, to a festival, isn't it? People that have come through your workshop, what have some of their responses been afterwards? Or maybe it's just a visual thing, right? Because you can see the shift, or maybe they've actually shared something. But yeah, I'd love to know.
Yeah, so I've my favorite story is this workshop I ran called Making Happy Mistakes. It's all about kind of embracing mistakes and building up that resilience, and knowing that we take ourselves very seriously, and so we can learn from things that happen and kind of chill and relax and things. So I ran the workshop, and this person came in. She actually worked in a prison, kind of helping people get through those things. She was super nervous, super shy, and had her coat on when she came in.
Right.
And it was quite a small class as well, so we kind of got a lot of one-on-one time.
Yeah.
Halfway through the session, the coat was off. She was running around the room pretending to be a chicken or something. She was loving it, and she said she was so nervous to begin with. But it's that kind of that welcoming, and the it's the same for the warm-ups in the start of a laughter yoga session. It's the setting of knowing that you're in a safe space with a safe facilitator, and everything's going to be okay. And that you have that freedom to then just let go. And it's the same thing that we see in the festivals as well. People don't necessarily know exactly what they're signing up for, but it's jumping in and giving it the chance and the shot, and then just be like, oh, this is fun, I'm having a great time. I will tell my friends.
Yay. I love that coat on and coat off analogy, because I share that a lot in my workshop. This is about kind of releasing the layers. So she actually literally did do that, isn't it? And the coat, it's a source of protection, isn't it? It's a sort of kind of trying to create safety. And obviously you created this safe space for her to be herself, and it was the layers are coming off, literally, quite literally. I love that. So I would love to know, laughter yoga, I know you've been we're so blessed to be camping right by the Big Red Dome here, aren't we, in Glastonbury? Amazing space, isn't it? So you've been hearing the laughter rippling all through, and I know you've come to the sessions before. What is it about laughter yoga that kind of speaks to your spirit?
It's just that it is the freedom. It's the once you're kind of doing it, and if you take a moment and you're like, what am I doing? You're just I'm being free. I'm just being me. I'm not conscious of
kind of what I look like or what sounds I'm making or anything like that. I'm just like in this space with this wonderful amount of people, and we're just creating this fun vibe. And you hear it rippling through the healing fields of Glastonbury. Or whenever Kat is running a workshop, you can just it's kind of contagious. There's these people that kind of look in at the workshop and they start laughing. I walked past this morning, I start giggling at whatever is happening in that dome. It's brilliant.
I love it. Wherever I've been traveling around different parts, like getting like a cup of chai or whatever, people are like, oh, you're the laughter lady. Oh, we've heard the laughter, you know. So it's like you say, it just is infectious, and it's just that permission to be yourself, permission to be free. You know, like definitely the world needs more play, doesn't it? More fun, more play, more ways to access. So I love what you're sharing and what you're doing, and that you get to share it in fields with people that maybe have never experienced that before. And you know, that's the way I feel about laughter yoga. So you know, long way may we continue doing this. So to wrap up, as we're drawing to a close with Glasto, what's your feeling? What's your like overarching kind of like energy around how this Glasto has been for you?
It has been a very hot Glasto, very sweaty Glastonbury.
Right. A lot of sweat.
But just it's I think it's a muddle of different energies.
Right.
So starting from super high energy, kind of running around trying to see everything, and now it's kind of feels like we're settled and we're home. We've got like everyone around us. You're so familiar with everything. And it's just a magical place.
And I think the big kind of like lesson I've learned now, this is my second Glasto where I'm facilitating, is like do what feels good and don't feel obliged to do all the things. And I had a guy come in a couple of days ago who's like big muso, and he said, oh, I normally would avoid things like this, you know, not for any particular reason, but other than he just is here for the music. And he said, and I just brought myself to here. His girlfriend was feeling quite like overwhelmed by the whole festival, and it gave her exactly what she needed. She had the perfect reset. And he said, oh, I'm so glad I decided to stop and come in instead of, he said, normally I'd walk by. And that's like that, you know, like people feel the energy of laughter, of play, and they go, oh, you know, and like this festival is about so much more than music, isn't it? It's like, it's, you know, like in here where we are, it's a festival within a festival, isn't it? You know,
about being curious and just trying new things. So especially if you're with a bunch of friends and one friend says, oh, let's try this thing, and like he obviously brought his partner in, let's just try this thing. It's there, it's available, we'll give it a go. So curiosity.
I often, I talk about people being curious in my workshops, and I say, and also like that invitation to be surprised and delighted, you know, because it's like, wow, like what can I receive from this? So, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to me, my darling, gorgeous Vicky from Playface. Do check her out. She's on Insta. It's been an absolute joy to camp by you in the big red dome, spend some time with you and Charlie, the other half of Playface. And and feel that joy coming from like both of what we do is like a really beautiful thing to send out into the healing field, isn't it? I feel like we've done joy and play and fun like a good service over these last few days, right?
They're skipping about the healing field
they are
together.
literally bouncing off people. So it has been amazing. Thank you so much, my darling.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome, my love. Just how wonderful was that, listening to all those gorgeous souls about their experiences at Glastonbury, their experiences of laughter yoga. It literally just makes my little heart sing. And this is the thing about being in spaces where you're making time to do things that help you feel good, whether that be going to a well-being session, whether that be listening to some music, whether it be just dancing with your mates. You know, it is just so nourishing and so good for the soul. And so often, like, the thing that we go for, you know, like, so Glastonbury, the festival itself, or going to see the band, you know, like, there's so much more to it because it's not just about that one thing. It's so often what happens in between all the things we're doing, like the spaces in between, the conversations we have. And that is what I always find so rich and so just so incredible to have these conversations, you know, as Laura and Tom were sharing in the interview with them, you know, like Tom's really into his music and Laura, it was her first time at Glastonbury. He'd been before, she hadn't, and she was feeling a bit overwhelmed about its size, which is absolutely valid to feel like that. I remember last year feeling so overwhelmed by it. I hadn't been for 24 years. It had changed incredibly. It was almost unrecognizable. And 24 years is a long time, right? So I'd kind of forgotten a lot of it. And I did find chunks of it like really overwhelming. So having spaces where you can like shift any feelings of overwhelm or a bit of stress or, you know, any of the things that can come up when we're in spaces with a lot of people, you know, it's things that we're not particularly used to doing. It's just so helpful. So that's what I loved about the conversation with the two of them, where they, you know, they shared that like normally Tom would walk past this kind of thing and he was so glad that he came in. And for Laura, it, you know, it was exactly what she needed and she felt more equipped to like get what she wants from Glastonbury. And, you know, I hear this so often that people come along to my sessions and sometimes they come by choice with intent, other times it's by mistake, you know, they rock up and it's like, oh, okay, you know, this thing's just come to me, I'll go and get curious. And, you know, in so doing, often people are like, oh, it was the thing that I didn't know that I needed. You know, like Charlotte, who I interviewed on I think day one or day two, you know, she said to me, I think this is like literally the best thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm like, wow, that is so beautiful, you know, but people like they can have like such a beautiful cathartic response to laughter yoga because it is really liberating, you know, it is a real kind of just letting go, you know, like the layers fall off, the barriers come down, and like your true self, your whole self emerges. And it's just so empowering. Like you literally just feel alive and energized and magnetic. So it's such a brilliant addition to any festival, but particularly to big festivals, which can challenge our senses and feel too much at times, even though we may really want to be there and make the most out of them. You know, we are humans having our human experience and we are going to feel lots of different feelings every single day, right? So, like having a space to just reconnect and to, yeah, like feel like yourself and to get that kind of that recharge, whether the recharge is like a ton of energy or whether the recharge is just feeling grounded, you know, you get what you need, you know, it is, yeah, so wonderful. And being in the healing field, I think it's such a magical space to host in. I literally, from the minute I landed there, I was like, I feel at home. I just really feel at home. I felt, yeah, it was like, for me, it's the beating heart of the festival. And that became more and more apparent as the kind of week went on. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to go back home. Like, come back home, come back to my guidance, come back to the healing field because it is so beautiful. There's a really a really welcoming, inviting, peaceful energy there. And whenever you rock up, you know, there's people around with like big smiles on faces, like really warm, open hearts. And yeah, it's just such a joy, you know. And I feel so grateful that I got to facilitate in the big red dome. Like, it was like literally a 10-second commute from my tent, and there were, you know, an array of gorgeous other facilitators in there. Vicky from Playface, she was one of the people I interviewed. She was hosting in there with her husband Charlie. They are incredible. Lots of synergy with what they do with laughter yoga. It's all about welcoming in play, welcoming in fun. So they were great people to be sharing the big red dome with, as well as Luke Life Juggling. He's an absolute peach of a soul. He was on before me, so I had a little bit of juggle sometimes before I went into my session. And, you know, mindful juggling, like, it really is a beautiful experience. And even when I did it for a short period of time, I definitely found it much easier to catch and much easier to like just be in flow. So that was a really, really magical session to have a little go at. And what followed me afterwards was Ben and this beautiful singing he was creating. It was like literally like this kind of pop-up choir immersed in the big red dome. It was beautiful. Like, so the energy where we're sharing, it is wonderful. And finally, Mark, he was interviewed as well, and he was doing this like beautiful kind of kundalini dance, and like very spiritual, very engaging, and deep practice, which like every day come out with a big grin on his face, you know. Really powerful sessions, and it's such an honor to like to share the space with these incredible people, and to be part of such like, you know, like such a hub in the festival, like the place where like everyone goes to at some point over the festival, because it feels like home, because it feels like a safe space. So like people just naturally gravitate there and just be, and it's so beautifully and thoughtfully curated by all the people that do the build, like the earth circle, fire circle, air circle, and water circle. They're all really like their energy is like it just pulses out, you know. If you're planning to go to Glastonbury another year, next year's a fallow year, so like get ready for 2027. I'm already excited about it. But you know, definitely check out the healing field. There was a beautiful opening circle of all the different circles: fire, earth, air, and water. And oh my word, like I sang, I danced, I laughed, I moved my body, I cried. It was just beautiful. So if you're coming to Glasto, you've got to do that. It's such a great way to set the tone for your festival and for what it is that you're here to receive. Super grateful to Julie and Jacob for reaching out to me and inviting me to be part of this magical experience. I literally loved every minute, and feel like it's such an honor, such a privilege. I'm so grateful to be part of this, and part of something that, you know, in 2020, as I wrote it in my journal, it was a dream. And it was a dream that I just felt was going to happen. But when these dreams actually come to fruition, oh, like literally your body does a full body smile. It's like every single cell in your body dance is. It's an activation, it's an awakening, it's like full body alignment. It is just bliss. Just bliss. If you would love any support with bliss, with joy, with fun, with play, then check out my 5 quick and juicy joy hacks in the show notes. They're just 5 quick win ways for you to come back to yourself. And this is the essence of what I teach. It's about having quick wins to shake off the heavy energy, to work it through, to own it, to name it, to feel it for sure. This is not about ignoring and bypassing, but to work it through so you can feel more like yourself again. So if you want more joy, check those out. My next episode will be coming from the glorious Happy Place Festival. I will be back for my 3rd year running on centre stage. It really is like one of my truly happiest places. I love it. The people that go there are beautiful, wonderful souls, and they are always up for a bit of laughter, and it's such a great way to really set yourself up for the day. I'm on early, so it really sets you up and allows you to be really ready to receive. And sometimes that's something that we have to, to really notice and to acknowledge that we're ready to do. We have to kind of claim it. So it's such a great way for claiming your space, for owning you just being who you are in your magnificence, in your brilliance. So I cannot wait to share that with you. It has been such a joy sharing this episode, and I am absolutely loving the Festival Diaries. And yeah, can't wait to share more of this joy-fueled and joy-filled juice with you all. Thank you so much, gorgeous soul, for listening to this episode of Live Your Best Laugh. I hope you love listening to it as much as I did creating it. It really is such a joy to share this with you. It would be amazing if you could share the love and tell your friends to have a listen too. And I would be super grateful if you could follow and subscribe to Live Your Best Laugh so you'll never miss an episode, and rate or review the podcast. In the meantime, darling one, remember how incredible you are and keep noticing those pockets of joy.